of things that I could do, he got really nervous. My dad got really nervous.
Leaving his kind of
leaving his
safe
comfort
area,
zone,
his
right?
cocoon.
So I'd bring him to the ballpark, and he would be nervous, like I don't want to, I don't want to go. I'm like, come on, Dad, come on the field with me, come meet the players. Ah, no, I don't want to go. I might. No, I don't want to go. I'm gonna get nervous. I take him to Vegas, to fights and things, and he, no. I'm not too nervous. Like, Dad, come on. We're going. We go get a line to check in. He goes, okay, there's a line. I go, no, we're in the VIP line. Oh no, I can't do that. So he would get really nervous. Like he'd get nervous at valets. He thought it was too pretentious. So he was he was such a wonderful man. The only time I took him to Vegas one time. Gary, you'll love this. We went to one of the big, gigantic buffets where, people are waiting on line to get in.
Yeah.
And I had a pass. So I walked up to the very front of the line. And he's like, what are you doing? Mijo, where are you going? I said, come on, we're going to go eat. And he goes, well, here, I'll stand in line. You guys go gamble, and then I'll just keep our place in line. No, Dad, I got a pass. We're just going to walk to the front. We walk past all these people. They're all giving us side eye. And my dad's like getting nervous as we get closer to the front. We walk up to the front, and the maitre d' comes over. Oh, sir. I flash on the pass. He goes, oh, sure. Sir, come over here. Stand right here. We'll get your table right away. People start grousing at us, and people start yelling at us that have been waiting in line for an hour to get there. And my dad's like, no, we're going to go back. I'm like, Dad, don't worry about it. My mom's looking at the buffet. She's oblivious to the whole thing. And then people start really getting angry when they're moving people around, like in Goodfellas, moving tables so we can have a table right in front,
right?
Asking people to get up that have already finished so we can have their seat. And people start yelling at us, like getting really angry. And security came over. They're gambling at the hotel. We're gambling at the hotel. We're staying at the hotel. They're an invited guest to the hotel. What's that means? It means if the security guard told this woman, that means if you don't knock it off, you'll be asked to leave.
Wow.
Oh.
Hey, Dave, all I hear is Rich saying, don't you know who I am?
that would be funny.
Pretty much. But I did it. It was a very subtle one. But he, so we got there. My mom's excited because it's the best buffet ever. And then we got comped. So then she got even more excited about that. And my dad said he was so nervous he couldn't eat one bite of anything because he thought people were staring at him.
Well, and just a question on what you were talking about earlier. After you took him on the field, or whatever special thing you were doing for him, afterwards, was he going, wow, that was really cool?
No, he was still nervous.
Still nervous. Okay.
The closest, I took him to an MMA fight, and I took him to a couple boxing matches, and he enjoyed it as much as he could. But again, he was like, I'm this old man. What if my pants fall down in the middle of people? I'm like, well, the people will get us. We'll have a story to tell other people. So, very, very sweet.
It's because I have a friend like that, but once he does because there's one time.
Yeah.
There was one time I asked, I took him up to the Cardinals broadcast booth to meet
our friend John Rooney.
Yeah, John Rooney and Rick Horton, and because he's a lifetime Cardinals fan,
right?
St. Louis Cardinals fan, and so it was his birthday. So I go, and it was a surprise for him. So I go, your birthday present's coming, and he goes, what are we doing? What are we doing? Because we're at the stadium, and so I go, we're going up to the booth. He goes, oh man, I don't know if I want to do that. Exactly, I don't know those guys. Because I'm not good around people I don't know. And then we went and we were walking back. He goes, that may have been the coolest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Now, that's the best part about your dad and friends like that is, those moments that you get to spend with them. So again, my dad gave me great advice. Love to hear what your dad gave you for advice, where you look back now and go, yep, you know what, Pops, you were right. I mean, here's, and we'll get to the Louise Lucas thing in just a second, but for my dad, he just wanted to make a difference. And I try my very best to keep up with him. I never will. He did things like, I've told the story before, where he was a fireman for a little bit. They had public safety where he could be a police, fire, and just was interdepartment transfer. Became a fireman for a little bit and got tired of watching people die in car wrecks. Said, we need the jobs of life. And the fire chief laughed at his face and said, Hugo, buy it. And he did. He raised money to buy a Jaws of Life for this little town that we lived in. He started a police athletic league, boxing, that he got tired of seeing kids with nothing to do, getting in trouble. So he started a police athletic league boxing team for those kids. And then years later, Dave, I met a guy who was fighting for the championship for one of the belts. His boxing club came to be because of the one that my dad started. And the neighboring town said, well, we'll start one too, because Hollister had one and Gilroy needed one. So he started one, and they would fight back and forth between the two. That's where they had all their matches. So if it wasn't for my dad starting that little boxing club for those kids that were getting in trouble, the other town wouldn't have started theirs, and this guy wouldn't have had an opportunity. He ended up fighting for a world title. So those little things that people do. And that's why, you know what? I'm going to make my pitch again. What can we do to help this community get better? What can Richmond's Morning News do to tell people about great things? I mean, listen, there's lots of PR firms that come up and ask me to talk about this and ask me to talk about that, but I want to go grassroots. I want to go crowdsourcing. If you know of a great story that we could tell here on Richmond's Morning News, let's recognize an individual who, is kind of like my dad, just an individual who said, I'm fed up. I'm going to do something about this. And they're making a difference in our town. Is there a community event coming up that's going to do something really good for some great people? Is there a fundraiser coming up that we can help promote? Go to my personal website, Rich for America, Rich, the number 4America.com. Send me an email. Bikes for Kids, a couple others. I still have to get back to you. Sorry, I got a little busy yesterday after the show, but I'll get back to you, and we'll see if we can schedule some of you to come up here on Richmond's Morning News. I'm going to get to Louise Lucas here in just a second. I am afraid, though, Super Dave, because I did say that now that I'm a professional social media influencer, I'm up to $5.41 now on YouTube and Facebook that I've earned with people clicking on my content.
The IRS is coming for that money.
No, I'm not worried about the IRS. I'm worried about Louise Lucas, who's looking for another $1.5 billion. How much is she going to tax me on my social media earnings now that I'm a professional influencer?
Yeah, the 3 cents or whatever she'll tax you.
It'll get closer to the $1.5 billion that they want. We'll talk. I'm going to give you the whole details of what Louise Lucas is saying and what she's going after coming up here on Richmond's Morning News. We still don't have a budget. The General Assembly was supposed to have the House in session today. Since they don't have a budget, Don Scott canceled that. We'll give you all the details, and we will talk about the memo of understanding between U.S. and Iran. I'll give you my thoughts on it, and we'll hear from Jim Gilmore coming up on the program in just a bit. Today's program is brought to you in part by our friends at Pearson Signature Dealerships. All right, this weekend, time to go test drive a car. Listen, it's hot. Your air conditioning's really not working. It's time to upgrade, time to get a new car. So who do you trust? Well, there's a lot of people you hear every day like, oh, come